Hi friends! Welcome back to Friday Night Scrapbooking. So it's our first Friday Night Scrapbooking of the year. And just because we got to change things up, I'm in a new place in my scrap room. As you can see, I've decided to dedicate a little area for my live streaming, but I know I'm going to have to start working things out. So, Susan, hi. Cindy, hi. Lorena, Sandy, woohoo. Heather's here, Karen's here, and Cinda's here. Woo! Wow. Okay, so Susan said, just want me to know that you didn't get notified about tonight's live. Even when you clicked to notify me. That's, interesting. So if you're on YouTube, Susan, you also have to make sure, I believe you have to make sure that you have subscribed and you hit the little bell notification on my channel, not just any channel, but on my channel. So, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Welcome. Oh, my Ohio buddies here. Hi, Carrie and Renee. Julie, are you guys excited that we're back on track and here again doing stuff together? I got so much good stuff to talk to you about today. Can't wait to jump in and share what we're doing. I say I should have gotten something to drink. Okay, so tonight we are going to be all about you because it's the beginning of the year. By the way, did I say Happy New Year? Happy New Year, my friends. Okay, we're going to do this. This is all about you. And that's what I want to help you with tonight. We're going to take it easy. We're going to relax. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to share a little bit about stuff that's new. But then we're going to jump in. And this is all about you. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, I can see. I'm so excited that I'm joking. I'm gonna have to go get something to drink. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm gonna let you look at my overhead for just a second because I'm choking. So sorry guys. I got too excited about tonight. Okay, nothing like starting off the new year with a little life happening. Okay, so hi, I'm back. It's me. I'm back. And let's see who else is here while I take a drink. Let's see. Judy's here and Julie's here and Susan. Okay, Susan says she's so ready for this. I'm so ready. I am so ready too. Margarita's here. Julie's here. Now I'm going to have bubbles in my mouth. What a start to the new year. Carol, happy new year. Carol from Canada. Jean's here. Diane, my scrapping buddy on YouTube. This is what you're not supposed to be doing, right? No, it's live. We're live. Okay, so like I said, this is all kind of I'm getting acquainted with everything around here. So anyhow, Lorraine's here from New Hampshire. Kim, Susan, hello, Sacramento. Almeg, 35. I love it. Ruth's here. Colleen. Oh my goodness, you guys. Karen's here. Rebecca. Oh, Kathy. Thank you guys for saying hello. Big hugs to all of you and happy New Year again. Okay. I wish I could just go down and keep reading everybody's name. It's so fun. Okay. You guys, it is the new year and there's no better way to start the new year than to create a little focus. So today, like I mentioned, I want to focus on you. I want to focus on what your dreams and your vision is, but I'm going to do that with a little bit of a twist today. because it's going to be about you and your story. And it's just like my album's going to be about me and my story. Something a little different. So we're going to talk about dreams and we're going to talk about vision, but we're also going to talk about that with a few other factors mixed and mingled in it. And we're going to make our own album. So I did a post a while back that if you wanted to follow along, do this like I'm doing it. We're going to use the Happy Album 2023 purple. It's beautiful. And the silver and gold pack and some of the tools. So I'm going to take you step by step kind of how I created the album. But then I'm going to show you all the little special things that I decided to add into it. And we're going to talk about that. And song of the night, twist and shout. Annette, we're just going to, make it work tonight. Okay. So yay, Sue's here too. And Judy, Bev, Martha. Oh, Sarah's here. Maria. Okay. I just keep saying new names. Welcome. All right, you guys. So I'll go over the tools in just a second. So what we're going to do is focus on our dreams, our visions, but with a little twist. So before we jump in, I also, I just want to share something I've been so excited to tell you about. So I was supposed to be doing a lot of other stuff, but it turns out I actually have been in a deep dive for the last week. So if I've been ignoring anyone, this is the reason why. It's taken so much time, but I have relaunched my website. And Sandy, I got your cute little email. I see you saw it. And I have been working nonstop to get my old website moved over to the new website. So I manage my own website, which is kind of crazy making, but anyhow, I changed. It's the same platform. I use Squarespace, but they had an old version and a new version. And so I just said, you know what? I got to do it. I got to change. I got to use the new version. So I've had to move everything over. And I just want to make this one notice for you guys. Everything is pretty much running smoothly, except my exclusive downloads. So if you have purchased downloads, I still have a little work to do on that. So don't fear. I've got somebody who's going to help me, but it might take me a couple days to get that figured out. So anyhow, I want to show it to you. Jean, you've seen it too. Diane, you saw it. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you guys like it. Okay. So I'm going to share it with you because, I got to. It's so fun. So I just switched the URL over last night, which means it went live. My new site went live with my craftssomejoy.com. And so, where's my screen share button? Here we go. So here it is. Woohoo! Okay. You can see there's some changes. So I have some just really simple navigation up here on the top. And Shop has a drop-down menu. And Join has a drop-down menu as well. And then I have classes and my blog. And there's some little kind of quirky things, but just know the main stuff is switched, which was a big deal. And so now to go to my Scrap Some Joy shop, I know you guys want to know where that is. My Scrap Some Joy shop is right here. You just click on that link, and this is where my retired products are. So the wonderful thing about the new site is there's like a ridiculous amount of limit as to the products I can include. Whereas on my old site, I kept hitting the maximum number I could add in. So you'll notice when you land on this that I have some drop downs right here. So if you are new, you can read about what kind of items I have in the shop. If you're new, you can also read about shipping. Shipping's the tricky thing about my shop, but most of you know if I can find a better shipping rate for you, you'll get a little refund. Some people are like, Lauren, what is this refund? Well, it's because I got a better shipping rate and I shipped it cheaper for you. And then also whenever you want to add to your order, so say you've already made an order but it hasn't shipped yet, you can just use the local pickup. Or if you are local to me, you can use local pickup. So anyhow, those are the kind of little tidbits that you need to know. And then, did you guys notice? There's categories. There's categories to the shop. So if you are looking for something in particular, you don't have to scroll through pages and pages and pages and pages of products. You can use the categories and go straight. Like, oh, Lauren, I want to go buy your photo folders. Okay, click on photo folders, and there you have it right there. Okay. Okay, I thought they were there. I thought we tagged them. I'll have to go fix that one. Okay, let's do a better one. Let's do stamps. So if you want stamps, always something's got to go wrong, right? There's 2 items that I have in my shop that actually are in the stamp category. So just know it's working. I'm working the bugs out of it. Like you can see, I've got to add photo folders in there. And then, stickers. Let's see if those, yeah, so you can see things are tagged like that. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. That was a lot of work, but I hope it'll make it easier for you to shop and check out and get everything that you like right there. I also just want to point out there are going to be exclusives, and this is what's exciting is I'm planning on sourcing and finding some more things that will be just kind of what I bring to you outside of Creative Memories as well. Like my favorite labeling pen bundle, I can't believe I've already sold out one more time on those. So I had already reordered, now I've sold out again, but I'll continue to get those in stock. There's the photo folders, some printed cards, things like that. Because I know some of you have said, oh, I don't have a cutter, or I don't want to bother with cutting. Can you add that to the shop? That will all now be here under exclusives in my shop. And then I also have the exclusive downloads. So this is the page that I said I need to still do a little work on. I just loaded 3 of my downloads, but I will get some of those freebies back in there. And if you are having trouble with a freebie that you did not download, you've got to just give me a couple days. So hopefully that'll happen really soon. So I have classes, blog, join. This is where you can join my Pop Live, which is my membership group. And I am also so excited about this, you guys. My Pop Live, we are every second Saturday of the month. That's my schedule. Every second Saturday of the month, I am going to go into, we're going to have our Pop Crop. So I looked at the whole calendar, and so far, all those second Saturdays of the month are going to work out. Now, here's something exciting. Oh yeah. So Donna, you don't, okay. So let me make that clear for the membership. You don't have to do anything. Let me talk a little bit about my membership. Because I took my old website and put it on my new website, which is where my membership was. Anybody who is already a member, I know I said this the other way, like I'm going to have to move everybody to my old site, but I decided to do the harder thing and update my website. And anybody who's a Pop Live member already can just stay there. You can just stay there. So here's the thing. If you want to join, you can try it for $10 a month, and you can cancel at any time. But it does auto renew every month for the $10. I do have, let me go back and show you. I do have a membership, a yearly membership, okay, which is yearly. You can pay $100. So that's getting 2 months free. Basically, you get 2 months free. And you can pay that once every year. So if you think, yep, that's worth it, I'm going to get a couple months free, get a little better price, great, grab the yearly deal. The other thing, what I was reading up on, and I'm pretty sure this happens, is whatever price, so this is for those of you who grabbed that really great deal last year for the yearly renewal, you will renew at that same rate if you decide to renew. Okay, so does that make sense, Donna? I hope that makes sense. So, yeah. And your log, okay, Annette, your pop login as a pop member is not working. Okay. We'll have to let me look into that. Okay. I'm hoping it's all going to be worked out when I get some of these bugs fixed. Okay. So, yeah, we are going to have so much fun in the pop group because it's every month, 4 hours of time with me and other amazing scrapbookers. And that means, and every month I'm going to give you base pages and borders, a new sketch every single month. So you can start a notebook and we're going to just go every month and use those. Then in addition, when you use the base page and border and make a layout and post it in the pop group, every month I'm going to give away a $25 product certificate to anyone who is a pop member that posts in the pop group. Okay, so it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be associated with me. You can be anyone. If you're playing along, you can have a chance to win that. Okay, so yes, so Bunny, if you signed up for that yearly deal, you're gonna get to keep that yearly deal. Okay, which is great. So I think it all worked out best for everybody. So those of you who've been with me for a year and want to continue, you guys got the smoking hot deal, if that makes sense. Okay. And then anybody who's new, you can choose if you want to try a $10 a month or if you want to go ahead and jump in for the full year. Okay. And so she loves the pop group. I love that you love the pop group. Annette. She's Annette, you're awesome. What a cheerleader. Okay. So, okay, the date that it auto renews, Pam, well, it depends on your account. Like, so if you can email me, because I'm not going to remember tonight, but if you can email me, Pam, because I know we're connected, I'll let you know. I'll have to go into the account and look up when your membership is due to renew, because I wouldn't know. But if you did the yearly, it would only be January, February, or March of this year, because those that was the first time I did the yearly. So Debbie, for the year, do we still go into renew? It's going to auto renew. Yes, it will. It'll auto renew at that better price for you. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right, you guys, if you have more questions about that, just let me know. Put them in the comments. Let me know. Okay. Okay. So no, Margarita, it renews. If you're a member, the thing about the pop group, you don't have to renew. The only thing that you have to do is if you're like, I'm out of here, I don't want to do this anymore, you have to cancel. Otherwise, you're in like, Flynn, and we're just going to keep going. Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to keep you, Annette will keep you active. No worries. Well, and we can talk. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, you don't need to re-sign up. That's right. Okay. The only thing that is a glitch with the membership area is that if you put in your email incorrectly, right, Carrie? If the card is good, we're square. If your email is not correct, there's no way, I don't have a way to manage memberships, which is just a glitch and which is just crazy making. So that you would have to cancel your membership and redo it. But if that's the case, just contact me and we'll work something out. So I got you covered, Carrie. I know which email to email you at. Right? So, yeah. When the close, I will look up if you get an email that it's going to renew. I'm not quite sure about that with the member area, but I'll look into it. And so maybe what I'll do is, just kind of come on and talk again about this. So I know, Edita, I know. You are going to need to redo, but Edita, let's talk, because I know I told you that's my mistake. So I'm going to have to give you like a little discount code so that you can get whatever price you were at before. How's that? Okay. So if anybody canceled because I told you we were going to be moving, that's my fault. Let's talk. Okay. Shoo! All right, you guys, you want to see some other fun stuff? And we could go on and on, but we're getting all the kinks worked out. You know, that's just kind of the thing. I know sometimes we got to do it. So Ginny, the Pop Live, it is ready to go. So you can pay anytime if you haven't already signed up. But I think you're already a member. So unless you canceled it, you're still good. And Nancy, I think you're a member too. But here's the thing, you guys. Email me. Email me so I don't lose track. Okay, please just email me if you have questions. Email's the best way, because I know it might take me a couple days to get to you, but it's in there. And I can see it and go back and look at it. Okay. All right. Lauren at craftssomejoy.com. Super easy to remember. Okay. All right, you guys, let's talk one more thing about fun stuff that I want to share with you, which is new products. I'm just going to do this super duper fast, which is Creative Memories came out with a new collection. It launched on Tuesday, and it is called Tropic Time. And I just want to make sure you guys know about this, that if you want the whole bundle, which is right here, the whole bundle, you get 10% off until January 13th. So this is going to be over before we talk again here on Friday Night Scrapbooking. So if you like this Tropic Time bundle, and especially if you like those tools, friends, you can get 10% off if you buy these gorgeous tools, if you buy the bundle. Okay. The other thing that launched is the new Totally Tonal buffet, which I think I mentioned before somewhere. What I love about this is that these work beautifully with the circle and square maker. I wish I had them in. They are coming tomorrow, so I can't even show you this, but we will play maybe next time with some of these fun new things. And again, there's a bundle. Again, it's only until the 13th of this month, then the bundle goes away, where if you buy all 3 sticker packs and all 3 decorative paper packs, you get the cardstock pack 3 free. That's $12. So you get, it's basically like saving $12 because you get the 12 free sheets of cardstock, matching coordinating cardstock. And there is an album promo on now, which is if you buy any 4 albums, you get to choose right here, any 4 combination of albums, you get a limited edition album cover free. And they're really pretty. So let me see if I click on this, okay, here they are. Let's see. There's the Totally Tonals. Here they are. Gorgeous. So there's the Seasonal Sentiments Cosmos Blue Plain, or the little 8x8 red True Hearts album. So those are the freebies. Okay, so just wanted to kind of give you a quick heads up. If you love those new products, remember, get them before the 13th so you can save some. Okay, oh good. Annette's back into Pop Crop. So the login and password reset worked, which is such good news to hear. Yay! Okay, so Sarah's here. Awesome, you guys. All right, we are going to work all the glitches out, and it's just going to be so fun. And so tonight, wow, it's really getting dark. So I can see I need to do a little work on the lighting around here. But what's important is my overhead. So I'm going to switch over here now, and I'm going to turn on another light. So it's a little shadowy, but I tell you, lighting is forever going to be my thing. I'm telling you, it's forever going to be my thing that I struggle with. But I think we're getting better. So what I love here is that I have this dedicated space, so I'm not fumbling all the time trying to, get the camera and the microphone and the light and, all that good stuff. So, okay, yeah, Susan, let's talk about that. We can figure that out. Okay, so tonight we're talking about dream, vision, and you. We're going to combine all three of those because I'm going to just, hold on a second. I'm going to just move this logo down just a smidge. So it's kind of in the way, isn't it? I'm going to make it a little smaller and then move it. You can see my little desk here. Okay, so today, dream, vision, and you. So what I've done is given you a layout for how to put some pages together. Of course, this is, I love Sharon's on her cruise. Still, Sharon, I love it. I wish I could be there with you. Okay, today we're going to work on kind of the basics about how to put this album together and kind of the thought process that I have behind this for you guys. Then what I want to do is let you know that the supporting goodies in here are going to be available. I have all of these beautiful prompts that I've created available in PNG format. So if you want to print them yourselves, I'm going to have that available. I wish I had it available tonight for you guys. I don't. And so unfortunately, you're just going to have to look. But if you like the prompts, you can get these from me in just a couple of days. Or you can just take a note, type them up and print them out yourself, right? So everything's always DIY. But this would be another example of something that I can put in my shop for you under exclusives if you don't have the vellum or if you don't have the laser printer to print these out. I get it. So what I'm trying to do is give you some really kind of fun, interesting new things that are just going to kind of add that little pizzazz to your scrapbooking. So the other thing is, this is my story, is going to be a cut file. Okay, so let me just get to my screen where I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, one sec here. Okay, so I just kind of want to zoom in a little bit on my book so we can take a better look at that. Okay, so like I mentioned, we're really kind of focusing on our story, but I also wanted to talk about dreams and goals and give you some really kind of thought-provoking prompts that you can do some journaling about. And as we know and love, Word of the Year is kind of a fun addition that we can do. So what I decided to do was use the envelope and bow maker and make a little pocket for one of the matte pack cards. So this is a half, I cut it in half, and then I added a little ribbon, punched a hole, added a little ribbon, and then this is gonna go in the pocket, but I'm gonna put my word or words of the year right here. And then it's gonna slide in and you can take a look at that whenever you want. Okay, so that's your word. This is our story. So let me just kind of mention what we are dealing with for the Happy Album is that all of the Happy Album pages are 6 3/4 by 10. Okay, so whenever you are creating for this format, just kind of keep that in mind. So what I ended up doing is I took the paper packs and I used one of each paper pack. Well, no, wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Here's the silver and gold. I didn't go past It's this one, Silver and Gold Accent Paper Pack. Did I use any other ones? I don't think I used, oh, maybe I did use the other one. There's the Silver and Gold Accent Paper Pack and the, yeah, this one. Nope, that's not it. The Silver and Gold. Oh, the Tone on Tone. Yep, that one. Okay, so these are the two. The Accent Paper Pack and the Tone on Tone. Those are the two collections that I used. Yeah, because I do remember seeing some of those in there. Okay, so these plus the matte pack, I did end up using quite a few of the matte cards, and I'll show you how that came out. But one pack of each, and look at all the pieces I have left. I have a ton of pieces left. In fact, there's the other half of that matte card. And I still have a lot to continue if I wanted to add more pages, or, you know, you could do a whole nother project with everything that's left over from cutting the collection. So what I wanted to kind of just go over is when you are designing, kind of the cuts that I ended up going over a few times and kind of using over and over. I love that it's a full 10 inches when I have some of this paper, especially like, look at that beautiful paper. I love that it's a full 10 inches. So whenever you're going to do that, what you want to do, can you see my little scribbles? Is that you want to cut that 2-inch strip off first. So you have your 10-inch, and then you can have a 5-inch side and a 7-inch side. Wait, does that 7? Yeah, that adds up to 12. Okay, so when you do that, you end up with little pieces like this that you can then layer other little strips. So you could use one of the strips from, you know, the bottom that you cut off. And then if you cut that to a 2 by 10, you end up with a really fun little 2 by 2 square. Okay, so that's kind of the framework of math that you kind of need to get around when you do your album. So if you would like the cutting guide and handouts, leave a comment for me. Let me know, because those usually, you know, it takes a long time to put those together. And if you think that would be helpful, I could put some handouts together and include, you know, the cut files and all this good stuff and bundle it up if that sounds good. Yeah, and Wendy, this is always available on replay. You can always rewatch. If you guys have to go, I totally get it. Okay, so remember, 10 inches, you can cut some of these down. Like, I'm going to give you some measurements here. This one is, I think this is the 5-inch. Yep, this is the 5-inch black, okay? And then this is the 1 3/4 inch for the black and white. And then I could not help but just get so caught up in this gorgeous new Damask Flourish border punch. And so I just had so much fun kind of playing with layers and colors and patterns. And this punch, as well as the brocade chain border maker cartridge, as you can see here, brocade chain. Okay, so yeah, okay. Looks like you do the layout. Yeah, Jean wants it all. Just give it to me. Okay. But it usually takes me an entire day to do handouts and worksheets. So I just, like I said, I've been working on my website, so I didn't get to it before tonight. But as long as you guys want that. So let's go through a little bit more. So this is our title page. This was a cut file, and I cut this on some of the gold shimmer paper, which I thought was so pretty. I think you can kind of see that it shimmers. And I wanted this to say, this is my story, because it's bigger to me than just dreams and vision and goals. It really is more about other things as well. So let me find this. I wanted to kind of share. So what I ended up doing is I took one of my favorite fonts, and I did all the swooshes and ligatures for you and created the prompts that I'm using in this album. So one of the things that you can easily do, and what I ended up doing too, is putting some of these just on an 8.5 by 11 vellum paper, and then you can just cut them apart. And then I also, just because, I always have to give you options, I created them in a vertical and in a horizontal format. Okay, so you could decide on what page, which format you like, and, cut that apart. So this is really just like your own little cut apart. But what I love about the black on the vellum is that it works so beautifully with this collection. So then we can take something like this. Now I'm going to put this I am right here in this white. This is a matte card, and then I'm going to show you the back. So it's really as simple as just taking this. I'm going to grab the blue blade, and on the inside track, just go around. And if you guys haven't worked with vellum, it's just kind of a fun, different medium to work with, and it gives this kind of dreamy like texture. So you can see that would fit beautifully right there in the circle. Now if you're going to adhere it, I would recommend getting a refill that's for the vellum. It still is a little tricky, like it's not completely perfect, but it works better than normal adhesive. And I always recommend to put your adhesive like on the writing or on some kind of inconspicuous place. You don't need very much, just that little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take this card out, and then we're going to take that and put that right here. So you can see it, you really can't see it very much with the vellum adhesive. Okay, and then on the back side, so did I mention peekaboo pockets? Because, peekaboo pockets. I always have to have peekaboo pockets. So, so this card, this first double page spread, as I was creating this, I was thinking, what are the prompts that are going to, first of all, ground us? That was the first prompt I wanted to do, was a prompt that grounds us in who we are and, kind of our strength, our inner strength. I think that is so important. So the first prompt that I have for you is, I am strong, powerful, and amazing because I am. And you get to write all the reasons you are strong, powerful, and amazing. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the vellum adhesive to this. And then you can see how the vellum allows that design of the matte card to kind of just show through. See, just like that. I could probably trim that off a little bit too. And so you could even see more of that. I probably need to do that. Let me see. So that's the wonderful thing about the vellum, is that, you can just trim it to whatever works for you. Okay, don't panic, you guys. It's going to be fine. Okay, so there. So now you can see the edge detail. Okay, so once I have the quote, this side, remember when you put it in a peekaboo pocket, it's going to flip up. So you need to have the quote going in the right orientation. Okay, so this is going to be, I am. And it's just kind of your reminder that this double page spread is all about you, your strengths, and why you are strong, powerful, and amazing. So then once you have that, you can put this wherever you want it on this 2-page spread. And get that there. Get on, go on. Okay, and then, but I'm gonna put this up at the top just because I want this to be right here. And you can see this video can be kind of your reference on what colors and what patterns I used in order to kind of layer and put things together. But if you want to switch it up, if you'd rather have a different pattern, I go for it. But these were the ones just to complete all the layouts that I kind of felt went together. So that took a little time just to kind of figure out which patterns. So this is the chevron pattern. Again, this is your 2-inch or 1 3/4 or either 1 3/4 or 2-inch, either one, because you can always tuck it under or tuck the 5-inch. So remember 5-inch, 2-inch, and then I loved the brocade chain, which was absolutely gorgeous with that contrasting color. And then you just punch, you just use the whole 12 inches and then just clip it to the 10. Okay. Or, these are in 2-inch increments. You could just punch 10 if you wanted to do that too. Okay. So if you cut, this is why I say that. So if you have a paper like this, which is cut to 10 inches, you could just punch the side of this. We can just do that and show you. Okay, so this is 10 inches. Okay, 10 inches. And since the border maker system is in 2-inch increments, just go ahead, put it up to the top. Let's do the brocade chain because I can't get enough of this. And then it will just automatically be a 10-inch strip, just like that. Okay, so it doesn't matter that the paper's short. Okay, you guys get it. Look at how pretty that is with the chain, that foiled paper. Ah, so pretty. Okay, so that is the kind of, again, the math behind the pages. And we'll come bring this back in. So we have now I am, and we have the quote or the prompt. This is your prompt. I am strong, powerful, and amazing because I am. So my goal is then that you are going to add all the reasons right here. You could do that straight directly on the page. You could get another piece of vellum and write on the vellum so that the pattern shows through, and write all the reasons, you are strong, powerful, and amazing. You could get little journal boxes. You can do this however works for you, but this is kind of the go-to. So like if you want to just use little journal cards, and every time you think of a strength that you have or a way to answer that question, you could, in essence, write one here and then maybe write another one here. So it doesn't have to be, it could be whatever format you want to put down here on these pages. Okay, the goal is, let's first start by digging in to us and some of our strengths. Then the second layout, the second page, what I wanted to do is talk about gratitude. So in this moment, and that means any moment that you open up this book, okay, because you don't have to fill out the whole page all at once, but in this moment, this is what you are thankful for. and you could write something here. Carrie and I showed you how to do strip journaling. Wouldn't that be fun? You could do strip journaling all across these pages. I just thought of that. Wouldn't that be cool? So you could do strip journaling on, let's just say you're going to put in you are thankful for my family. Come on, let's get a little better than that. But you guys get it. You can do, I'm thankful for my family, and then you can put that as a little strip journal down. Okay? So however you want to work this out, you can do that. So today, in this moment, let's dig into our gratitude. Let's dig into what we are thankful for. And that's our next 2 pages. So again, we've got the same format, but here I did a 4-inch. Okay, so this is a 4-inch strip and a 2 3/4. It's always that 3/4. Okay, to go the page, 2 3/4 and 4-inch, and then I just took the decal blade and created a little strip that kind of acted as the little cover for that seam. Okay, so this can just be, again, it's cut to 10 inches, but whatever width you want on that little accent piece. Okay, so we have our title page. We have page 1, which is talking about I am. Page 2, which is what I am thankful for. So again, you can use whatever orientation of the Peekaboo Pockets. You can see this one works fine doing a flip up just like that, or you can also use the flip out. So you could use either the portrait or the landscape Peekaboo Pockets, and either one works, whatever you have on hand, but you're probably going to need a whole pack of them. So just make sure you grab a whole pack of Peekaboo Pockets. Okay, you ready for page 3? Let's talk about page 3. Page 3 is, in my life, I have been challenged by. So one of the things I think it's important to write down and document is some hardships, what we have been able to overcome, what we have accomplished and learned from. And so that's what I wanted to use these 2 pages for. In my life, I have been challenged by. And are there things that you have really struggled with in your life? I think it's an important time to reflect on that, because we grow and we learn from those challenges. I 100% believe that. So if we can take a look at it, if we can be objective and go, or even answer the question, growing up, it was really hard, ... But what are the things that you can look back and say, wow, that really was hard, but I got through it, because that makes you so much stronger, and it's just a good thing. Okay, so we're going a little deep. Yeah, I get it, but it's all because this is the richness, the place to do it, kind of all in this big picture here. In my life, I have been challenged by. So you can also put that on a Peekaboo Pocket if you want, and use that. Some of the Peekaboo Pockets, I just want to mention this, some of them come in 4.5 by 6.5, like this one that I have. And when it's 4.5 by 6.5, you have 2 choices. You can either cut the card down to 4 by 6, either cut a 1/4 inch off every corner. Sometimes that works when you have a pattern on the back and want to use the back side, or you can just cut, a 1/2 inch off both sides. Or the other option is you can use a 4.5 by a 6.5 with a 5 by 7 peekaboo pocket. So that's what this one is. And I just wanted to show you that these are, so on this layout, I don't know if I'd put this one here because of the design, but you can use a 5 by 7 and see, you could do it portrait wise and it fits just fine. Or you can do it horizontally, but if you do it horizontally, I would use one of the short side adhesives so that you could put it here and it's just going to kind of sit on top of the jeeping. Okay, it's just a smidge big this way because that's that 7 inches and this is 6 3/4, remember? So that's just a note about using the larger cards. What I did for most of the format in here is I used the 4.5 by 6 and I just cut them down. Okay, so however you want to do that. Let me talk just for a second about this second format for the albums. So as you saw, a lot of these are vertical layouts, but then I wanted to switch it up and do some horizontal layouts. So for this layout, we're looking again at that full 6 3/4 width, but now I'm only going to use half that 10 inches. Okay, so this one, actually, it looks like I cut this at 6. Okay, so 6 3/4, you're going to cut that down, and then I punched the edge. I cut this at 6 inches and punched the edge. So that is there. And then the bottom piece, you can layer that in as a 5 inch, or you could do a 6 inch, whatever works for you. But again, this width is going back to the 6 3/4. And then you're going to use that height. So now we're breaking things up horizontally for these layouts. And then this was just a little decorative piece. Okay, so you can cut those and then just trim them to 6 3/4 again. Okay, so I know, Susan, I can't give away all my secrets. That's kind of it's a font I purchased. I'm still debating on whether I'm going to tell you which font it is, but Cricut has beautiful fonts as well. Okay, and let me say, it takes, this font has a lot of different glyphs, they call them, and it takes a lot to kind of put these together. So here's another prompt. We've just done our challenges, right? What you've been challenged by. And then now let's talk about what we learned. All of the things we learned. So those were the challenging things. So now what did we learn that has given me strength? And so again, I'm just going to add a little bit of vellum adhesive. This one is another matte card, which has the foiling on it, which I think is so pretty. And I cut this one down just so that, you can still see some of that foiling, but you can see the design behind it as well. Okay, I need to just straighten that out just a smidge. Okay, so when you do something like this, also just remember the back is decorated. So something like this one works well. And I could use the back for answering that question as well as the rest of the pages. You may want to switch it up. And if there's a peekaboo pocket at the top of this one, you might want to put this down here on the bottom. So let's do that for this page. So I'm going to take the adhesive off and pop this down. Okay, so now we're moving from the all about us, which are our strengths and our what we can say are part of us. the things we're grateful for, our thankfulness, then what was hard, but then also what did we learn? And all those lessons, you guys know, right? When I was thinking about these questions, I really wanted to dig in and just go, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it and say, what are the things that really have built your character, have increased, have given us that layer to ourselves that has caused us to grow and caused us to, kind of become who we are. Those are strengths. Okay. What do you think is after strengths? Or what we've learned? What we've learned. Okay. Here we go. Ta-da! Memories! All right. So one of the things I thought also was, let's have a place where we can record some of our favorite memories. So remember how I said this is not just about today, right now, but if there's something, maybe you're doing, you're having a conversation with someone, or maybe you visited a relative and they reminded you about this experience that you had. And you were like, oh my gosh, that was such an amazing thing. I remember that. I remember feeling that way. I want you to have a place where you can write some of those favorite memories that you had. And I'm just trimming this one because I kind of want that. Do you see that shimmery? So I'm going to just trim it a little closer because I want that shimmer to come through. So just trim. Now, another thing too, these, like I said, these are PNG files. So if you want to print them just on plain white and not use the map pack, you can do that too, right? Okay, perfect. Look at that. Some of my favorite memories are, okay, so let's take out that card. Again, use some of the vellum adhesive just on those words. You don't need a whole lot. Right here. Some of my favorite memories. Do things come to mind when you think about that? Some of my favorite memories. So this one is a long edge adhesive strip here. So I'm just going to pop this in here. And then this can come off, the adhesive. Those little, they always stick to everything. Okay, and then this one can go, and remember, these little peekaboo pockets are your prompts. You can put them wherever you want. I like it right here because I can write underneath it. I can write in the peekaboo pocket. I can write under here. I can, just put all of these different little memories wherever they fit. And remember, you can use little dot grid cards. You can use ruled journal paper and cut that up. You could use strip journaling, however you want to do it. I kind of like the idea of strip journaling. I'm getting kind of excited about that. Okay. So, and Donna just joined Pop. Thank you, Donna. Awesome. We're going to have a fun time next Saturday. Okay. All right, so Judy's here. Welcome, Connie. Okay, so let's keep going. So we just talked about favorite memories, and the next, the layout. Let me just go back to the layout. Again, same layout. This is a horizontal format layout. Horizontal. So this one is the 6 3/4 across, and this is 6 inches tall. And then the rest of the 10 inches is that 4-inch strip on the top. And then I just took this is a sticker from the sticker strip, and again trimmed it, and then did the opposite sticker strip, but trimmed that here and then put the rest down. Okay, so it kind of creates that pattern. But I love that little gold shimmery this kit is so fun it just kind of reminded me of this type of an album, or, other fun, fancy events. Okay, so you don't always have to use matte cards. This one is just a piece of 4x6 paper that I cut for the background for this prompt. So if you like the idea of the matte pack, you could keep doing that. But I also, for this one, I wanted to bring the same black color over to this side. So I just decided to use a 4x6 print paper and cut it down. Okay, so this prompt, some of my most fulfilling contributions are. So last year when I did kind of a dream vision book for my team, this was one of the prompts that I had created for that book. And I think that this is really once again, a good question, because I think it's worth looking back at what you've done. If it's raising a family, it's raising a family. If it's going to church every Sunday, it's going to church every Sunday. Whatever your most fulfilling contributions are, let's make note of them and have a place to put them. Okay? And what's interesting is when you start looking at answering that question, when you start answering, what are some of my most fulfilling contributions? You start realizing also what's important to you, because the two go hand in hand, right? The reason you're dedicating your time to that is because it is important to you. And so I think that's a really good exercise to take a look at. What things really are you happy that you've accomplished in your life? And also, how does that make you feel? How do those accomplishments make you feel? Okay. All right. So let's put this one right up here on the top. Some of my most fulfilling contributions are. All right. This layout, we went back to vertical, and I did the same format, except I wanted to bring in that gorgeous damask flourish punch again, border punch. And so I took the same base papers, but then I added in the punch strip, and then I did a little welding strip here just on top, as you can see, just to kind of create that visual interchange between all of these. And then that also is why I brought this black over here on this side. I just wanted a little dark color on this to kind of ground this layout. Okay, so again, kind of going back, vertical layouts. The next layout is a little something different. This one, I decided to go ahead and cut an entire background, 6 3/4 by 10 out of this paper. And then I took the little extra and brought it over to this side. And then I filled up the rest of that with the gray paper. So this is just a 1.5 inch strip here. And then the gray is a 5 1/4. 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 plus 1.5 equals 6 3/4. So that's how we made up this page. And then again, to kind of give that visual welding of the two pages together, I added the brocade chain. Look at how gorgeous this one would look too, the one that I just punched, with that gold shimmer on it. I love the gold shimmer. This one doesn't have the gold shimmer, but either one would be really fun to add on this page. Okay, so it all doesn't always have to be the exact same. I like mixing things up. So 6 3/4 by 10, 1.5 by 10, and then the rest in the gray. And this prompt for this page layout is about how you want to feel. And I was kind of introduced to this question by someone who I really admire. She actually is a website teacher. Her name is Kirsten Martin. I've learned so much from her. I've taken her classes for learning how to build my website, but she is also just an amazing entrepreneur. And one of her focuses is on creating calm business. And so she focuses on how you want to feel. And part of how she wants you to feel and how I'm hoping, it's one of my big words too, is feel calm in your everyday life. So that would definitely be one of the things I would write about here, is that these are the feelings. This is the good stuff. This is the way I want my life to feel and operate. And when we write that down, when we give strength to that by putting it in, creating, and then having a place to put it, there's wonderful things that can happen, right? I mean, you guys have all heard about the law of attraction and, abundance mentality. This is it. Because what you focus on expands. That's a fabulous Oprah quote, right? What you focus on expands. So let's focus on the way we want to feel. And this one is a beautiful foiled map pack as well. And then I just put that quote around it. Okay. So again, cutting that down, that's to a 4x6, so I can have that fit right on this 2-page. Okay. Yes. So the brocade, I know Jenny was asking, manifest it. Kim, manifest it. The brocade chain is the Border Maker cartridge, and the 2 punches, and then the damask flourish is the border punch. Okay, they're gorgeous. They go so beautifully with this collection. Okay, and don't forget, if you came late, you can always watch the replay and catch what you missed. Not to worry. Okay, ready for our next prompt. Yes. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this layout. So again, this is a vertical format layout. And what I had this gorgeous foiled paper, and I wanted to really kind of show off this paper, but again, use the punch. And so this piece here, I wanted to just kind of go, that is I think that's the whole 6 inches, 6-inch piece. Yep. 6 inches wide, again, by the 10 inches. And then if you added the 4 and 5, 6.5. So 6.5 for the gray paper, and then edge punch that. Then we add in the yellow paper, which is 3 inches. So 3 inches by 12. And then this is just, again, another little welding piece, just to add a little more texture and cover up that seam where those papers come together. So the prompt for this, now we're really going to kind of get into it. Now we've talked about how you want to feel. Let's go bigger. Let's now look at big picture. Look how pretty that foiling is. I love those lights shining on there. My biggest dreams are, what are your biggest dreams? This is the place to put them down. This is the place. Let's figure out, let's write them down. Let's give them a place so that they can manifest, like Kim said. Let's give them a home so that we can start looking at them and focusing on those dreams. So, I think we sometimes just go, oh, I wish this would happen, or, if only this, fill in the blank. But if you can write it down, if you can give some thought to what those things are. I have to say, I have had this happen personally. I was amazed by, I didn't have this fancy album like this, but I just, several years ago, I took the time to write some things down, and I thought there was no way those things would ever come to be. And I just kind of put it down and I forgot about it. And would you believe, when I found that book and I looked at it and I'm like, oh wow, that happened and that happened and that happened. So the power of the written word, really, it's amazing. I'm going to move this one to the bottom since we've had so many at the top. Let's put this right here on the bottom. My biggest dreams are, let's have a place for that. Okay, we're getting into that potentiality, that field of endless potential of all the things that can happen. What are those dreams? Let's have a place for them. Once we talk about dreams, then we can get a little more specific. And let's talk about the steps. Now, I debated whether to put in here, these are my affirmations, or these are my goals. And that word, goals, I don't know. I started thinking, everybody talks about goals. Everybody talks about goals. Let's just break it and keep it even simpler and say, these are steps that I'm taking to move myself forward. So if you've done, and this can be an after the fact thing, and if you've done something that has made a step towards a certain dream that you have, or let's even say it, a certain goal, if you've taken a step in the right direction, let's put it in. Let's record it. Let's get it down. And you can say, these are the steps that I am taking to move myself forward. Okay? So that's something we can put right in here. Pam, you're funny. Okay. The last prompts, you're like, I don't know. I'm not sold yet, but okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right. I say it's a place to put it all, right? This is the place to put it all. And if you want to add pages, I only used one refill pack in here. So you can definitely add more pages, or add more peekaboo pockets, right? If you have more things to say. And don't let me forget, but I'm going to just say it here too. One of the reasons I think this is going to be so powerful for us is that we are going to have a place that once we start filling this out, we can take this, you can leave it on your bed, on your nightstand next to your bed, and look at it the first thing right before you go to bed and the first thing in the morning. Just before you get out of bed, just grab your book and flip through it and go, oh yeah. And then just go, is there anything else I want to add? Is there anything else I could add in there? Is there any more clarity that I've had? Okay. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's move on. Our next prompt. Did I talk about the layout? Oh, again, this is the horizontal format layout. Let me give you some measurements on this one. This one is a 5-inch wide border at the bottom. Then I took a little, let's see, that's about 1.5 inch strip here. And then another 3.5 inch strip at the top. And then I actually took the little chevron sticker that's foiled and kind of ran that right across the top. Okay, back to a vertical layout. Again, this is that simple layout, which I have 4.5, and this would be, it's a little less. Let me see. What did I do here? Yep, 4.5, and then my gold paper, I actually made that a little bigger. That's 2.5, so it's a 1/4 inch over. 4.5, 2.5. You could do 2.25. Of course, that creates your 6 3/4, and then a sticker for the welding on these 2 pages. Okay, so again, you can just kind of figure out how you want to treat that intersection of the pages. So for this, now we've talked about dreams, we've talked about steps, and now I could call it affirmations here. Okay, I could have used that word. Basically, that's what I want you to put on this page. I want you to think of those things that you want in your life or that you know to be true. And every day you wake up knowing that these things are true, whether they have happened or have not happened. But they need to be in the present. They need to be positive. Okay, present tense, positive, and realistic. Okay, let's talk about, kind of the affirmation thing. So you don't want to say, someday I wish I had blah, blah, blah. No, every day I wake up knowing that I am productive and calm with my business, something like that. Okay. So, just think about how you want to write affirmations. If you're kind of stuck, this is the affirmation page. If you're kind of stuck, just Google affirmations, because there's tons and tons of wonderful articles out there on how to write affirmations. But that's what this page is for. You've got dreams, okay, your big picture dreams. You've got all those steps. And then these are the things that you know are true. And that's the glue that's holding it all together. Okay, so every day you wake up knowing. How are you going to answer that question or that statement? I'm going to put this right here in the middle. Okay? I wake up knowing. And remember, it can flip up. So, you have the back of this, and then you have all underneath it to write all your responses to that. Okay, we just have a couple more layouts. This one. I had 12 layouts, so I needed 12 prompts. So it was kind of, this process of deciding what are these prompts going to be trying to trigger. And one of the things that came to mind was that we are resilient. We come across struggles. We stumble. We make mistakes. You guys, I made mistakes when I was just starting today. But we also know that if I stumble, I know that I am resilient and I have learned from these things. So this is similar to the question back in the beginning, which is, these are the things that I have learned from, right? It's very similar to that, but it's a little different because I also wanted to have a place to say, I made these mistakes and write it down. Put it down in the book that I stumble, and these are the ways that I stumble, and these are the things that I had to overcome, but I did learn from it, and these are the things that really have shown me a new way. Okay, I've got this stuck to me again. Okay, So I'm going to put this right here on the top. So these 2 pages about resiliency. And the name, Martha, the name of the paper packs, there's 2 that I used. This is the Silver and Gold collection, Tone on Tone and Accent paper packs. So the foiled, these are all the foiled papers. And that's what's so beautiful. This page doesn't have some of those. And then I used the matte pack, the sticker pack, the embellishments, a few of the embellishments. So again, horizontal format. Are you guys seeing the same formulas come over and over? So again, this is going to be that 6-inch strip, another 3-inch strip that I punched the edge, and then a 2.5-inch strip down here to kind of fill in the border. So layers this way, horizontally, in different widths, and then the same thing vertically. That's how these pages come together pretty easily. Okay, so once we have come this far, this is our last layout. I did this one very similar to the way I did this other layout here. I liked it, so I thought I'm going to do it again. 6 3/4 by 10, and then just fill up the other page with a little strip and then the rest of the paper. This is a beautiful sticker strip that was in the collection, and so I kind of wanted a special page for that to go on, so I used that as the welding. And last but not least, oh, thank you. Did I misspell resilient? Well, thank you, Mary. I'm going to have to switch that. Okay, I do need an editor, huh? 1 L for resilient. Okay, don't look. I'll have to switch that. Thank you for catching it. Okay, last but not least, let's celebrate our victories. So celebrate our victories by what? How are you going to celebrate that you have come this far and that you've created all of these things for yourself, that you have documented all those little steps? Every step of the way needs a victory celebration. And so how are you going to do that? Is that with a walk in the park? Is it, getting a mani-pedi and just spending the afternoon? What are the victories and how are you going to celebrate them? If you've made 50% accomplishment on something that you've really wanted to do, okay, great. If you've decided that you're going to run a marathon or walk a marathon, is that okay? That's amazing. That's a victory. How are you going to celebrate? Are you going to go out to dinner? How do you celebrate all those amazing things happening? And again, remembering that when you can put these down, when you have a place for it, and you get to look at this every night before you go to bed and every morning when you wake up, okay, just think about it. It's small. It's not that big. This can be on your nightstand with your favorite reading book. Yep. See, that's right, Cheryl. That was a stumble, and I am resilient. So we are going to just change that file. And so I'm glad I didn't put it up on the website yet. But let's celebrate all those victories. And then your last page can either be a continuation of your victories. I love this star paper. It's again, another one of the foiled papers. So I just took the entire 6 3/4 by 10 inch and created a background for the last page of this book. And then I just thought, ooh, this is a really pretty matte card, worth the wait. So what is maybe some victory that was really worth the wait, but you actually have accomplished it? Okay, so that's the book. That is my story. with prompts. Some prompts need a little editing. Thank you. If you catch anything else, please let me know as we're going through. So I'll just do a quick little flip through of all of them quickly so you can see how the whole book came together. Okay, so word of the year in the pocket. This is my story. Title page. I am strong, powerful, and amazing because I am all of these things. Today, in this moment, I am thankful for. In my life, I have been challenged by. Learning this has given me strength. Some of my favorite memories are. Some of my most fulfilling contributions are. This year and every year, I want to feel. My biggest dreams are. The steps I am taking to move myself forward are. Every day I wake up knowing. If I stumble, I know I am resilient with one L and have learned from. I probably won't ever misspell resilient again. And I am celebrating my victories by. So one last little tidbit I just want to share with you is how I made this cute little envelope. And if you have the envelope maker, what I ended up doing is I decided what size card I wanted to include right here in the pocket. Okay. And this then measured it. So this was, oh gosh, what was it? For a 3.5, three, I think this was a 3 by 4.5. Yep. 3 by 4.5. Okay. So remember, if you have the envelope and bow maker, you don't have to, like, you can basically make whatever you want, right? So at first I thought, oh, maybe I'll try a 4x4, and that was too big. I just took scratch paper and made a few. And then I did a 3 by 4.5. Okay, so then I thought I'd make an envelope that was what it says to make for the size card I have. But what I figured out was if you make an envelope the size of the card you have, it's not going to poke out and look cute, right? So then I said, okay, I'm going to keep the same width, but make it a smaller envelope. So that was the trick when I came to making this cute little envelope here, is I went down to, even though my card is 3 by 4.5, I went down to a 3 by 3.5 on the grid right here. Okay. So that says at 3 and 3.5, I need a 5 7/8 inch square to make this envelope. Okay. So 5 7/8 inch. I don't know if this is, oh, look at that. Okay, so this is really close. So I'm just going to show you. I have another little piece here. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. So 5 7/8 is 1/8 inch shy of 6 inches. Okay, so the little tick mark right in front of 6 inches. So I already have that dimension. And then I need the other side here. Okay, and so this is just a smidge bigger, so I just need to trim that down. All right, so now I have my 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 square. So we're going to use the envelope and bow maker. If you haven't done that, you know, sometimes we get these fun tools and then it's like, oh, I've got to pull them out and use them. I didn't want to score on the foiled side, so I turned it over. So if we look at 3 3 1/2, 5 7/8, it says to use the punch guide at 2 3/4. Okay, so that means we line it up here, 2 3/4, and you give it the score, and then you flip it 180, 2 3/4, score, and score. Now, wherever those X's are, just like I've shared this before, can you kind of see? Maybe it's better on this side. There, right there. See those X's where they come across? That's what you put in. I think it's easier for me to see this way. Into this little groove, and these little tabs line up with your score lines, okay? And then this is what notches it. So you notch, and you notch all 4 of those. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. I have to get. It's really hard to see on this paper. It's so patterny. Okay. Here we go. And here. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and round the corners, around the edges, just to give it that finished look. All in one tool, huh? Really? Okay, there. And here. Okay, so now you have all your little extra punches. And you have your beautiful card. So you're just going to fold. So for this design, I liked folding up the bottom and then the edges. And what's fun too is that you get to see the inside of the pattern paper. Isn't that pretty? And then you have a little card. So if you had a smaller card, you could just use that as an envelope and fold it down. But I loved being able to have that card that peeks through the top again. And then you just add a little tab of adhesive in there and you can just slide your card right in. And it'll go down to the bottom, but it doesn't get covered up in your little pocket. Okay, so ta-da, there you go. Envelope Maker 101 once again. And this is part of the Ping Bundle, my word for this year. I included that as well as the cut file for This Is My Story. So you can either print or cut this. All right, there we have it, friends. Let me come back and see if I had any questions that I missed. And Connie says she's never made, you've never made a journal before. No! Whoops. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, here we go again. What I'm trying to do is turn one of these lights off so I'm not blinded when I come back. Sorry, into here. Hello. Okay, so let me just, sorry for the bumps. Let me just make sure that Debbie says she is curious to know why this bow and envelope creator does not have a measurement for our I know, standard CM cards. We could probably figure it out. Who's good at math? We could probably figure that out because everything's just kind of based on building it a little bigger, right? Yeah. So good question, Debbie. I know. We need to figure that one out. Let's do some math. Maybe at our next crop. Okay. Okay, Lysandra, welcome again from Puerto Rico. We've got a couple Puerto Rico ladies here. So So Cheryl says she's going to try it. Yay! Yeah, and if you did miss the bow and envelope maker, I do still have a few in my shop. I bought a whole bunch for an expo that I was doing, and they didn't all sell. So that's why I still have some left over that are in my shop. So again, that's all updated. Super excited to show you that. My new website, craftsomejoy.com. I also want to mention that, yeah, and if you want to wait, you can get it from Creative Memories. They're coming back in March. Okay. I do want to just pop in here and mention. So as I had previously told you about the pop crops, mark your calendar, January 14th from 12 to 4 p.m. Oh, and so I've just remembered what else I was going to tell you about that. So I was doing, I just got an email today from Creative Memories, and they were saying they've done some updates to the virtual crop. And so the virtual crop is also on the second Friday of every month, which I think is going to work really well with pop crops. So you can just say, I'm setting aside the second weekend of every month. You know, if you have a busy schedule, I know some of us just like to scrapbook all the time, but if you have a busy schedule, say the second weekend of the month, you can come to my pop crop. You can get my handouts and do that. We can have a fun time together. You can even work on some of the virtual crop challenges at the pop crop too. So, because we just have some open cropping time where we just, hang out and scrap together. So I was thinking, I might also get some of those sketches, which are now going to have measurements, which is exciting. So we might just kind of fold all these fun things together that second weekend of the month. So you can do the virtual crop and you can do the pop crop, and we can all have fun scrapping together. So that was my thought on that. So anyone else have a question? La la. Pam says she's going to do a journal this year. Yay! And Ruth, thank you for mentioning the like. I am, yay, Angie's a new subscriber. So I am hoping by our next Friday night scrapbooking, so we know we do this every 2 weeks. I'm hoping by next Friday night scrapbooking, we can have a 20,000 subscriber party. I really want to have a party with you guys. So if we can, if I can hit that 20,000, I would love, if you haven't subscribed and you enjoy watching these videos on YouTube, just hit that subscribe bell. I'm about 50 away from hitting that 20,000 goal. That's a goal that is going to go in my book. So on my dream page, yeah, I would love to be 50,000, but that's a reach. And so what steps am I taking every day is to come here and hopefully create content that you enjoy, that you love coming to watch, and growing my subscriber base, because those little likes and subscribes mean the world to me. So thank you. I'm hoping we'll get there next in 2 weeks. We'll be able to celebrate. Okay, so that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed kind of our deep dive into all about us, all about the things that we can do to create a wonderful, beautiful, meaningful life, and celebrating that. So let's see. Kim has had another question. I know, Debbie, I remember I was excited to be at 10,000. I know it took me a while to get to 20. That was, it was definitely harder. So thank you, Vernia. You just subscribed too. Okay. Kim has a question. Do I have a video explaining how I did an album with pictures and memories that didn't go into a specific? Oh, It is on YouTube. I see, Kim, you're on Facebook. Yes. If you go to my YouTube channel, Craft Some Joy, you will see I do album shares. That's probably one of the things you might like to see. So I do album shares, and then this was kind of a different spin where we just focused on one project here tonight. But usually there's, you can just look at all the different albums, themes. There's travel albums. I do a lot of different flip throughs and all kinds of layouts. So yeah. Yes, and this is how we kicked off the new year, Susan. Thank you. So glad. And yes, Jennifer, my pop crops are live via Zoom. So that's a little different than what these lives are, because you can join with or without your camera. You can have your camera turned on or have your camera turned off, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I also record the pop crops. So if you can't, it's 4 hours. It's a long recording. But if you can't make it or you have to leave, you can always watch the replay on that. But those are archived in the member area of the POP membership. So you can go back. Actually, if you become a member today, you've got a whole year's worth of pop crops to go watch, because all of those videos are archived and documented. And I do have to say, there were a couple great sessions on digital organization. I loved those sessions. We did a session on memorabilia. We did it, and 2 sessions on digital organization. So we're always talking about how we can up our game, and the things that you need to hear about. So thank you. Oh, Pam. Oh, that's like a big hug. Thank you. And Deb is here. Welcome, Deb. Yes, I can finally see your hair. Deb T. Yay! I caught ya. Okay. Yeah, so good, Jennifer. Yeah. Martha has a question. You guys don't want to leave yet, huh? What's the name of the font I used? I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to give that out, because I can't give away all my secrets. That's part of the designer in me. But all of the prompts will be available on my website very soon. Okay. Yes. Annette said the digital. And you guys, I just learned some more digital stuff. I can't wait to share with you next Saturday. That they're going to knock your socks off. They're going to knock your socks off, especially if you have an iPhone. Okay. But even if you don't have an iPhone, I think there's the same feature. I can't wait to tell you about it. So just keep in mind. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? We're good. Yeah. The pop crops are $10 a month, or you can sign up for the whole year for $100 and get $2 months for free. And okay. Yay, Deb. You finally got in. You're here. Big hugs to you. Okay. And that's hyperventilating about the crop again. Okay. Calm down. Deep breaths. We need a calm scrapbooking feeling, right? Friends, it was so good to spend some time with you. And Debbie had a question about page protectors. And yeah, did you like the book? If you, call me, Deb. We can work that out. I don't know what the question was about page protectors. Let me see if I can search for it. Page. Sue's here. Hi, Sue. Okay. Can I just put Sue's comment on here? She even teared up thinking about what she wanted to put on some of those pages. That makes me so happy. Yes. That makes me so happy. So, Debbie, you want to know page protectors for the journal. Yeah, it comes when you buy the pages, it comes with page protectors. And, I usually put the pockets on the side so you can just flip them open and slide the page protector on once you're done. But it's going to be a little bit, it's a great question. It's going to be a little bit of a working book. So I may not put those page protectors on for a bit until I really feel like it's accomplished and it's done. I want it to be like, if I have a thought and I have a little scrap of paper And I go, oh, that's something, that was a memory I wanted to remember. And I'm going to write it down and I'm going to stick it in there. And page protectors just kind of get in the way for the moment, right? So that's my, just tuck them in the back or stick them in your, in a spot that you remember where they are. And just kind of leave this open for getting to all the pages and doing it. Because here's the thing, I don't want you to feel like you have to do this all at once. This is a layer process of getting into all of these pages. Okay? And I want you to think about it over time. Okay? So, all right. So ready. Susan's so ready for this. All right, let's do it. And Judy's here. Happy New Year, Judy. And Julie is here from Canada. Okay, so some of you, okay, wait. Oh, I think that was early on. Okay, so think of different prompts. Yes. And you can always add those in the back of your book. Yes. Okay. Am I using them with peekaboos? Okay, I think I got them. Got them all. All right, if you have questions and you're watching replay, pop them into the comments. I know I don't always get a chance to come and respond to everybody's comments, but I love reading them. I do. I really love reading comments. And if you have a question, I do try to answer questions. Okay, so thank you so much for doing that as well. Okay. Okay. One more question. Cheryl says, okay, I think that what you have to do for my POP membership, if you've paid for monthly, if you're on the monthly plan, I believe you need to cancel your membership and then sign up for the year. And then then no more monthly payments will happen. And you'll be good for the whole year. It'll just keep your membership open for the whole year. I'm pretty sure that's how the membership works. Okay. So you just have to, yeah, I do. I need a glass of wine or a margarita. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining in. All the fun. It's so great to see all of you here after the new year. And yeah, it's for year round. Karen, that's a great way to look at it. It's not just about right now, like that moment that you're creating, but it really is for year-round growth and reflection. So I love that. Love that clarification. Okay. And so for my pop croppers, my pop stars, I will see you next Saturday. And here on YouTube and Facebook, I will see you in 2 weeks for some more Friday night scrapbooking. All right. And if you have questions, just go ahead and leave those in the comments and I will see you again soon. All right, friends, have a great night. Bye for now.